Hi everybody. So today I thought I would talk to you a bit about overwhelm, because I think overwhelm is something that we are all experiencing to a greater or lesser extent at the moment in all sorts of different areas. It might be within our home life, it might be at work, it could be a combination of both and trying to manage and juggle all sorts of different things. Or it might just be simply actually overwhelmed with the amount of information or news that we're being bombarded with in the current situation, and that actually it can feel quite hard to escape from, and it's also quite hard to know what we should be doing some of the time. So I think overwhelm's quite an important thing to think about, because it's a combination of feelings in a way. It starts, and it's almost a sort of a visceral feeling that you can just start feeling things building up inside you, building up inside your body until it feels like your brain's almost going to explode with all of the things you've got going on. And so it's what we can do to interrupt or to try and pause at the point at which we feel that tension starting to build, those feelings sort of bubbling up inside of us. And I've already spoken about some of the exercises we can do around trying to introduce some mindfulness or stop and breathe and pause. And so the 3 things exercise is a wonderful one, or just simply taking a few deep breaths. These are all great things. But actually, how do you get to the point where you can do something else and it feels possible? Because one of the difficulties with overwhelm, I often find, is actually when you're in that space, actually feel like you can't stop. It feels like stopping is just another thing that you're going to have to do, or that actually somehow you're going to interrupt a process that you need to be focused and thinking about. So one of the things that you can do is to timetable regular pauses into your day. So it's not necessarily waiting for those feelings to hit, but it's, say, in the same way that you might have your breaks or your lunch break, just setting an alarm for, 2 or 3 periods in the day where your alarm goes off and you stop and you take a breath. Obviously trying not to coincide these with meetings or something else that you need to be doing. But if you are in a regularly structured routine and you know what you're going to be doing at certain points, that can be quite effective. Another way is sort of trying to introduce this idea that actually stopping when you're feeling overwhelmed is the most important thing you could do. It is exactly the right thing, because often I think the reason we don't stop is because we feel that that's actually somehow a luxury, or we don't have the time to stop. But actually, by stopping, we're actually creating a space for ourselves to think. And in doing so, even if it's for a minute or for a few breaths, whatever you do, you get away from that sort of immediate response, that sort of rising anxiety and panic, and you get back to a place where your brain can start to function. So the more we can start to think about pausing and stopping as something helpful to do when we are full on and going full pelt into something, to stop, pause and reflect, take a deep breath, and to try and calm that overwhelm back down. If you can get away and do some headspace or some, calming breathing, great. If you can't, literally just going, stop, I need a moment, and giving yourself that moment to think can actually be hugely beneficial. So I think this message really is about thinking about the messages that we are telling ourselves when we start to feel those feelings of panic or anxiety or overwhelm surfacing. Are we overriding our own body, going, you know what, I'm going to stop right now, and I'm just going to take, even if it's a walk or a breath, whatever it is, I know that is the right thing to do in this moment, because it'll get me back to a place where I can manage. All right, I'd love to know your thoughts on this. Speak to you later. Bye.